Hi and welcome to Hygge and Homeschool. My name is Maya and I am the mom of a toddler and a third grader. And today I'm going to be talking about Big Tree, a book that we read in our 3-unit study, but that I wanted to recommend in its own video because it was so good and so breathtaking and amazing. So first I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the artwork that I think is so amazing because it's like from the tree's perspective, like the little seeds. So it's about two little seeds, Louise and Mervyn. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right. And their adventures out in the world. They get dropped from the mom and go on quite the adventure. And what I'm going to be talking about is 5 lessons that my daughter and I talked about that we gained from this book. So the first thing is growth can be scary, and that's okay. And that bravery isn't like the absence of fear, it's more having the fear and doing it. Little Mervyn and Louise, they don't know where they're gonna land. They're going out, they're getting thrown away from the mom on this adventure in like a terrible fire, and dinosaurs stomp around. It's very, very scary. But they grow with it. They don't know what's gonna happen next. And I feel it mirrors a little bit where my 9-year-old is at with her change, with becoming a preteen, growing up, having a baby sister. So the whole growing, fearing what's coming, not knowing the uncertainty, is a good lesson for the kids to mirror themselves in the 2 little seeds that are thrown into the world. So the second lesson I feel the book gives us is how everything is connected with each other, from the whole forest, all the same trees being connected via the fungi, till how the mama tree can zoom in on one little seed, and how everything in nature is connected, and how every little thing matters and intertwine. And it is, even though it's fictional, it is built on a fact. And I want to say that in our 3-unit study we also use this one, which I read, which explains how the tree and the forest work, and how every little beetle and every little fungi, how that it all intertwines and are connected. And I think it comes really well across in this book. And that brings us to the third thing, that even though you're super tiny and not super loud, you can still have a big impact. You can still be very important. And I think that's a good lesson both for our kids and in nature, that these tiny little seeds can have such a big impact in the world, and that again, everything is connected. So even though you're small, you can still be brave and you can still be heard, and you don't have to be loud and shouting to be, wise and have an impact in the world around you. So I feel that's the third lesson. So the fourth lesson from the book, I feel, is that nature tells its own story. That the forest is a book of its own, full of stories and fairy tales and tales. And that if we listen and we look into how the roots grow, how the fungi grow, how the little flower come up, how the little seeds can talk to us, that everything in nature tells us a story, and that nature is its own story. I really think that is so beautifully illustrated and shown in this book, and on me it had like a big impact to view nature this way and see it as these stories that unfolds around us, all around us in the world, and all around us through the year, with the winter, the spring, the summer, and that all these little beautiful seeds that come, little beetles. I thought it was so beautifully illustrated and shown, and I think my daughter learned something. Go into nature and see the stories unfold in front of you. Then the last lesson, the 5th lesson of Big Tree, the book Big Tree, I feel is the book itself, the invitation to slow down. I want to say that beauty can be found in unexpected places. That the illustrations I showed a little before, but like they're dreamlike, they're haunting, like this is a footprint, and they're beautiful. The language is poetic, it's slow, it's just amazing. It's very different from some of the chapter books that we've read that are like fast paced and you want to you want to go to the next thing, and the chapter, you know, it's such a page turner, you want to know what's happening. And this book really invites you to slow down. Like some of the pages, let me see if I can have, it's almost like poems. Some of them only have like a few words, and I love the way that the setup of the book, the illustrations, the language also invites you to slow down and look at nature around you. It's nothing flashy, there's, you know, no flashy illustrations or flashy language. It's just a little story about 2 seeds who go on an adventure. So, and I really, really like this book. So that was my number 5. So yes, that was what I felt was some of the most important lessons that we got from this book. And I really want to, especially if you have a tree or plant you need to study, I want to recommend this book for you. It is so good and we have really loved reading it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like this video, and I hope you will like and subscribe if you want to follow for more book reviews, curriculum reviews, and more homeschool stuff. But thank you so much. Bye.